What it do, Dream Team? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction video. In this one, we have why a $100,000 salary can't buy the American dream. It's funny that this video popped up across my homepage on YouTube. Because I don't know if YouTube got ears, my phone, it'd be listening to me and it'd be recommending what I be talking about. Because literally just maybe an hour ago, I was in the car with my wife, and I was just like, I asked her, I said, how much do you think, because we have a child on the way who will be here in a couple months, so excited. But I looked at her and said, how much money do you think a family of three would need to, like, live comfortably? And then I said, I think about, like, $70,000 to $80,000. But then I just started doing the math in my head about bills that I don't pay yet, and I was like, because I feel like right now, we probably live off, like, me and my wife, we probably live off, like, 40 a month. But not 40 a month. That would be crazy. 40 a year. But then I was like, I only pay car insurance for myself. So, really, I'd have to throw in car insurance. I'd have to have her on car insurance. I don't pay any health care. So, thinking about adding them to adding me and them to health care. And then once he's here, he's going to have to be fed. He's going to have to be clothed. There's going to be so much expenses that come with having a baby. And as he grows, he's just going to get more expensive. And then we're going to need more space. And then you just, in the math, I was like, no, I don't think $70,000 to $80,000 is enough. Can I make it work? Yeah. Would I be good making that amount of money work? Yeah, I would be. But when I talk about comfortable, I'm not talking about just being okay. I'm talking about being comfortable. Not financially stressed about anything. Not worried. Comfortable. I was like, I truly think you need 6 figures. I looked after. I think we need to make $100K to be comfortable. And in this video just popped why $100,000 salary can't buy the American dream. So I'm excited to jump in, but before we do, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. And if you would like to make a suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon. You can drop it in the comment section or in the description section. There's a premium request link. Let's see what we got.
More than half of Americans say they would need at least $100,000 a year to be financially comfortable.
I'm not surprised.
The benchmark of a 6-figure salary used to be the gold standard income. It represented the tipping point of finally earning a disposable income and building a savings, spending based on your wants, not just your needs.
The American dream is what makes a middle-class lifestyle. You're able to pay your bills. You're able to put food on the table, put a roof over your family's head, and you have some additional savings.
Now, people making well over 6 figures are still living paycheck to paycheck.
That's
what
crazy.
Used to symbolize financial freedom is now keeping people stressed about making ends meet.
Now, I don't know. You give me $100K a year, dog. Like, I'd be comfortable. $100K a year, I'd be. Well, I don't know how much you get taxed on $100K a year. $100K a year without taxes, be comfortable. But depending on how much they would tax 100K, that would depend on how comfortable I could truly be. But I could make that amount of money work. I'd be satisfied. I'd be happy. I'd be comfortable. But we're going to listen to what they got to say.
26% say they would need more. A salary in the range of $100,000 to $149,000 per year would make them feel financially comfortable.
I think unfortunately what has happened is that wages haven't kept up with the cost of living by and large for the last 50 years or so.
That's crazy.
And so it becomes increasingly hard for many families to be able to attain that sort of middle-class lifestyle, that American dream.
How much you need to feel financially secure varies so much depending on not only your geographical location, but of course your lifestyle. It used to be that a 6-figure salary was like the gold standard, but nowadays that may not be enough to make ends meet in certain parts of the country, especially like New York or San Francisco, where it costs so much more just to cover your daily expenses.
Okay, so when they bring up these expensive parts of the country to live, okay, now I understand, where I'm like, how can somebody not make $100K work? But yeah, when you talk about New York, you talk about San Francisco, you talking about more expensive parts in the country to live, I can understand. And when they like $100K, it still might not do the trick. Where I live at in Georgia, or where I lived before in Texas, $100K would be plenty. I'd be Gucci. I'd be good. But in those areas, I probably understand why you might not be comfortable off $100K, and that's crazy to think.
Here's why a $100,000 household income no longer buys the American dream.
This is insanity.
Go Banking Rates analyzed how much a family of 2 adults and 2 children would need in each state to own a home, a car, and a pet, as well as have an additional 20% of their income for savings and 30% for discretionary spending.
The core of what the American dream means is some amount of economic security, that you feel like you can get by and do a bit better. Maybe do better than your parents, maybe be able to afford a house, certainly be able to save for your children's future.
All 50 states require more than a $100,000 annual income, with 38
Dang, in Texas? I thought Texas was cheap. Texas is 140 to 160K to achieve the American. I must have been in the cheap city in Texas. I must have been in the cheap city. And same here in Georgia. I'm in a cheaper city. Jesus, California, Washington, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey. Y'all getting expensive over there. Where's New York? Are they in the pink? If not in the red? Yeah, well, I don't even know why you want to live in Alaska. First of all, Alaska, I've never been to Alaska, so I'm making these judgments off assumptions. It just don't seem like a place you would even want to live in the first place, but then for it to be that kind of price, Hey, put me in one. I need to get to one of these blue states. That's where I need to be.
states needing more than $140,000. The most affordable states, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Kentucky, need between $109,000 and $117,000. The median income for a household of 4 people in each of those states in 2022 was between $71,000 and $87,000.
That's crazy.
Hawaii, California, and Massachusetts are the most expensive. Each requires an annual income of more than $240,000. The median income for a family of 4 in those 3 states in 2022 fell at least $94,000 short of what's required for the American dream. A different analysis from EPI found that in about 80% of the country, a family of 4 can afford their basic needs on less than $100,000 per year. Those include things such as housing, food, transportation, healthcare, childcare, taxes, and a few other basic necessities.
It doesn't take into account anything extra. It's really just putting food on the table, putting a roof over your head, getting healthcare for your family. And so you're not saving for a rainy day if something happens to somebody or if they lose their job. So there's no extra in there for retirement, for kids' college.
And then at the same time, like, I don't want to just like live. I want to like live. I want to live. I want to be. I don't just want all my needs met. I want my wants. I want some of my wants met too. I want to be able to go out and do things and not stress about it, the burden in the bank account. And so, yeah. If that just covering bills, that just putting food over your table, food on the table, roof over your head, clothes on your back. I don't want to just live like that. I want to be able to do things.
Those are the kinds of things that many people want to save for. Those are the many things that people consider a part of the American dream.
Only about 3% of those counties have a median income higher than the basic cost of living.
Oh my God.
The idea behind the American dream hasn't really changed, even though lifestyles have. It used to be that you could get out of school, get a job, buy a home, and start a family, and now those milestones are harder to achieve.
It used to be that a high school degree, you're good to go. You could get a great job building cars or something and be right in the middle class off of a high school degree. But now, in order to get into the middle class, a high school degree is clearly not enough, right? Now, you gotta pay for college.
People are graduating with much larger student loan balances, and then it's harder to be on that same sort of career trajectory that would provide the stability that you maybe would have had a generation ago to save up for the down payment on a home.
Student loan debt reached an all-time high of $1.77 trillion in the first quarter of 2023. This can have a ripple effect, especially when entire generations are starting their adulthoods with thousands of dollars in.
Cancel student debt. Yes. Yes. Cancel it. I'm with you. Get rid of it. We don't want it. Take it away. Please.
Debt.
So when you think about the kinds of investments you want to make for your children, the cost of college has gone up a lot faster than overall inflation. So trying to make those investments on a smaller and smaller paycheck compared to the cost of living can be very difficult and almost impossible. And so the kinds of debt that young people can rack up going to college gets larger and larger, and your ability to then make ends meet yourself, be able to buy a car, be able to move out of your parents' house, those things become much more difficult over time.
The American dream typically is people owning property and having children, but that's becoming largely inaccessible for many people. And even those who have attained these things are finding themselves managing every dollar coming in and out just to stay afloat. So that trade-off is underlying the new cost of the American dream.
Millennials and Gen Zers still want to buy homes despite feeling like they can't afford it. 62% of younger millennials and 63% of Gen Zers still say owning a home is part of the American dream.
Facts.
66% of U.S. renters surveyed say rising prices leave them feeling hopeless about ever owning a home.
Facts.
72% of respondents say they can't afford the down payment.
Facts.
17% of all home buyers said that saving for the down payment was the most difficult task in the buying process.
Facts. It's just there's too many bills. Like you said, the cost of living is just, it's too high. It's too high. You can't save enough. You just got to figure out how to make more money. Then you're working more. Now you're in the rat race, or you're making more money, but you don't have any time anymore. And it's just like, like can you catch a break? You feel it, and it's just, it sucks. It sucks.
And 52% said student loan debt delayed their ability to save. The typical first-time homebuyer in 2022 had a household income of $95,900. Nationally, a prospective homebuyer would need a nearly $110,000 salary to afford the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance payments on a median price home.
Oh my
but
God.
The median household income in the United States in 2022 was a little under $75,000.
If you're born into a nice neighborhood in which your parents have lots of wealth and lots of income, your chances of doing well are vastly improved. And part of that's home ownership.
Collectively, Americans owe $1.13 trillion on their credit cards.
Inflation, it's eroding people's purchasing power. It's reducing their ability to save for their future or invest in these long-term goals. So that loss of financial stability can create a sense of powerlessness and insecurity and contribute to feelings of uncertainty and vulnerability. It can really impact people's self-esteem, their resilience, their overall psychological health.
Economists have suggested that debt growth became a substitution for income growth. More than a quarter of Americans said that they are doom spending or spending money despite economic concerns.
There's also this idea that young adults are feeling more discouraged in their own financial standing. So in that way, they're less inclined to even save for long-term goals and more likely to just live in the moment. It's just sort of that mentality, like, you only live once, I may not buy a home anyway, so let's take that trip or let's go to that event, whether it's a Taylor Swift concert or other big ticket item.
73%.
I can understand that. I can definitely understand where they're coming from. While that will never be me, because still it's like, anytime I can have a chance to save, I'm gonna take that chance to save because it's important. Like, I need it, and so like you said, you never know when a rainy day is gonna come. I was always brought up like, it's not when a rainy day is gonna come. It's not if a rainy day is gonna come. It's a when. So you want to have money put up away for when it does come. But it's like, it's so tough. It's so tough, man.
Percent of Gen Zers say the current economy makes it difficult to set up long-term goals.
And it's not just about revenge spending. It's just about wanting to enjoy life and make the most of what you have, even if you can't necessarily buy that home or, you're not starting a family just yet and you really want to, feel good about yourself in the moment.
People are indulging to the extreme, and I think we often buy because we think that it's going to change our life, or it's gonna give us this emotion that we feel like we're missing. And it's like an endless trail of spending and constantly gonna make us feel empty because we're externalizing something that we need to give to ourselves. I think that's a big issue with consumerism, and it's running rampant.
Social media has changed the conversation so much because there's just been this abundance of the ability to see these glamorous, glorified lifestyles. It's not only celebrities that are presenting themselves this way, but even your own peers, which makes a lot of people feel like they're just not measuring up. They can't financially compete with what they're seeing online. It has left a lot of people, especially young adults, feeling very discouraged in their own financial standing. Even if they're doing okay, they just may not feel that way when they compare themselves to what they're seeing on social media.
The question is, are you able, given kind of the luck of the birth lottery, are you able to have opportunities that are the same as those of people who may have been born into families that are in better circumstances than your own? The American dream is all about it shouldn't matter. The birth lottery shouldn't matter, right? So it's deeply relative.
Nah, this is bro, I never felt the video so much. I never completely understood the video so much. This is exactly how it is nowadays. And it's like, we need some relief. We need some kind of relief. It's too much money to survive. The American dream is thrown out the window. This is about survival at this point. That's insane to think about. But that's all we have for this video. Y'all let me know in the comment section how y'all feel. Is y'all struggling? Do y'all feel like it's just this weight weighing down on you? Like everything is just so expensive. There's bills everywhere that you turn. That's all we have for this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. And I'll see y'all next time.